Hi, welcome back to Play It Loud. I hope it's back. If it's not, please subscribe. Be delighted to have you up. Need your company. This episode, for want of a better way of putting it, is about audiophile LPs. Are they worth the money? Considerable amount of money. Who are they aimed at? Well, let's do LPs. There are audiophile CDs, generally SA CDs, very small market. But there's a lot of you out there with turntables, new to vinyl. And you may be considering, do I really want to pay 70, 80, 90 pound for an LP, or in some cases, 200 pound? Okay, let's start at the beginning. You need to be a listener. If you're going to buy audiophile LPs, you're going to be the sort of person who sits and listens to it, probably on your own, definitely without a book, definitely without anything interfering in that listening experience. If that's not you, switch off now, because audiophile LPs are definitely not for you. Secondly, I think it's perhaps stating the obvious, but you need decent equipment. And by equipment, I'm referring here to turntable, arm and cartridge. They're going to make the most difference to whatever you put on them, from the cheapest, the HMV £50 turntable, to the, I understand you can get turntables now that cost over £300,000. I'd love to hear one of those. Okay, so what is a decent turntable arm cartridge? Your opinion and mine are definitely going to be different. Really depends on where you stand, what you've got, what experience you have. I'm going to set the level for audiophile LPs, in my opinion, at about £1,500 for a turntable arm cartridge combination. I'm sure that there are audiophile LPs that will sound better on cheaper equipment. But if you've got cheaper equipment, why spend £200 on an LP? No, upgrade your equipment first. Then everything you've got will sound better. Okay, what do you get when you get an audiophile LP? It differs quite significantly. The Analog Productions boxes, I'm not going to do one here. There's lots of YouTubes where they've unboxed them. They're very, very impressive. You get a very nice box, faux leather backing. You get the cover beautifully reproduced, and you get usually 2 LPs because they're 45 RPM pressings, and the pressings are superb, and the sleeves that they come in are absolutely excellent. They are probably the most expensive as well. At the other end of the range, Speakers Corners do some excellent audiophile pressings, and these can be picked up for £35, £40, somewhere around there. Mo-Fi tend to sit in the middle and range from £70, £80 up to 160, and they're possibly the best known, although Atlantic 75 new series, very well reviewed. There are a lot of albums out there, but they're not cheap. They're going to be at least twice as much as your standard LP. So let's get to the quick. Are they worth it? This is my opinion. Nobody else's. It's important to state that, because I'm sure there will be people out there that will argue and say, no, you've got it wrong. Well, that's good. Put it in the comments section. So the short answer is to, are they worth it? No, not all of them are. Some of them I wouldn't be without. Damn the cost. Some of them I wish I hadn't wasted money on. We'll get to a couple of those. It's also important to realise that there are albums out there, standard albums, that sound exceptionally good, that are demonstration albums that are albums that meet all of the things that you might expect from an audiophile album. And I'm just going to pick up a couple here, which I took out not quite at random, because by no means are all albums this good, but I'll run through a couple quickly. A Dr. John album, In a Sentimental Mood. First track on here has Dr. John with Ricky Lee Jones. It's a beautifully recorded album and it sounds superb. Okay. And talking of Ricky Lee Jones, this is really well known. This used to be a staple of hi-fi shows, but we are going back a long way, probably back to the 70s and 80s. But this is a brilliantly recorded album and fabulous music. Love Ricky Lee Jones, but there you go. Perhaps a little bit later, Don Henley. I can't remember what it's called now. Country? Yeah, Cass County. Don Henley, Eagles. Lovely. Double album. Beautifully recorded. Wonderful players. I'm not going to go through the list of people who play on it, but it's the hierarchy of California rock. Excellent. Okay, so having established that there are some really, really good standard LPs out there, and you may not be able to get hold of those at the moment, I don't know, but I'm sure that there are others people will tell you about, or you even get by accident, as long as it's something that you like, that it's music that appeals to you. And just sometimes you're going to put it on and think, wow, that's amazing. And isn't that what our hobby's about? Okay, so let's go back to the audiophile pressings. And I've said before, some are good, some are bad, and some are poor. Poor. I've got a couple here that I was really, really disappointed in. Simon and Garfunkel's, probably the two most famous albums. I got an original. I got a MoFi. I got a MoFi copy of Bridge Over Troubled Waters, and I took it back because the sibilance on it was so strong I couldn't listen to it. And the nice man at the record shop ordered me another one. 3 weeks later, I got another copy. That's the copy I've just showed you. It's almost as bad as the original. Brutally speaking, I can't and don't listen to either of those pressings. I'm a little bit fortunate. I've got an original, orange, yellow, Columbia Bookends 1970 something pressing, and it's brilliant. It blows the water out of the one down there. I've also, because I really like the music, I also brought the SACDs. I've got a reasonably good player of both of those albums, and allegedly they are both cut, the album and the SACDs, from the same digital files. Well, the SACDs sound fine. The albums, I think, are really, really poor. Then we come to, if you like, something that sits in the middle. Springsteen. Love Springsteen. Recently did a YouTube on his box set. So, yeah, of course, I've got everything that he ever did. And that's a great album. It was the first Springsteen album that I brought. And it's not bad. Did you hear that? It's not bad. It's just not that much better than the original. And it's not cheap. And I think this applies to an awful lot of audiophile records. There are some really good ones out there. I'm going to come back. The Atlantic 75 series gets great reviews. The UHQRs get great reviews. MoFi, they're in the middle. I've just showed you two that I really don't like. But MoFi also do some of the best. The Eagle set that's on MoFi is absolutely stunning. The Hotel California, brilliant. It's one of, if not the best that you can get. The Steely Dan audiophile pressings, really, really good. And in my opinion, worth the money, the significant cost. So if any of these bands are your taste, you should try one. And that's where I'm going to finish, if you like. If you want to dip your toe into the waters and you're not into audiophile LPs, maybe because of the cost, maybe because you don't even know about them, I strongly suggest that you buy your first one as another copy of something you already own. You need to play them back to back. You need to play your copy that you've always liked and that you brought because you like the music, the artist, whatever, it's your bag. Then you play the audiophile version. If it's significantly better, great. You've got a path, might get expensive, but you've got a path to tread. If it doesn't sound much different to you, you're going to save yourself a lot of money. And I really think you have to take that sort of approach. Whatever approach you take, don't forget, play it loud. Till next time.